Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. We are breaking down the absolutely packed January 2026 update for Power BI. This month is really all about making your life easier. We're talking a smarter AI assistant and some of the most requested reporting fixes finally arriving. Let's just dive right in. That quote from Microsoft's announcement pretty much nails it, doesn't it? This whole release is laser-focused on efficiency and integration. So let's see how that actually plays out. And we're going to start with the biggest story of the month, AI. All right, first up, let's talk about the lead story. And of course, it's AI. Microsoft is really doubling down on Copilot, making it more accessible and, you guessed it, more powerful than it's ever been. So here's what's new. Okay, so the very first thing you're going to notice, the most visible change, is this brand new entry point for Copilot. It's showing up right on your Power BI homepage. It's front and center, ready to go the moment you log in. So you might be wondering, why do this? Why stick Copilot right there on the home screen? Well, it really boils down to two things: getting you to insights faster and helping new users discover the power of AI from the second they log in. And what I think is really smart about this is the balance they've struck. It encourages you to use Copilot by making it the first thing you see, which helps new folks find it naturally. But, and this is so important, you are still in complete control. If you prefer that classic recommended content view, you can switch right back with a single click. And hey, the Copilot enhancements don't just stop at the homepage. There are two other quick but honestly really important updates. First, on the mobile app, you can now point Copilot directly to a specific report or semantic model. That's fantastic for getting super precise results on the go. And for all you data model owners out there, a simple but very welcome name change from Prepped for AI to Approved for Copilot makes the purpose of that setting crystal clear. Okay, so we've covered the big AI upgrades. Now let's shift gears and talk about how your actual day-to-day report building is getting a whole lot better. Seriously, a couple of these next features are absolute game changers for creators. All right, listen up, because this is a huge one. I mean, it's one of the most common pieces of feedback we've all been giving for years. If you've ever been frustrated by a tiny little piece of data stretching across a massive empty column, well, this next slide is for you. And here it is, the payoff. I mean, this slide says it all, right? On the left, that all too familiar sight of so much wasted space. But on the right, oh yeah, that's what we've all been waiting for. A clean, compact layout where the column widths are actually driven by the data inside them. Your reports are going to look more polished and professional instantly. And sticking with that theme of listening to user feedback, the next update gives you way more control over your matrix visuals. Specifically, we're talking about how they handle hierarchies when you're using field parameters. So what does this all mean? The bottom line is you now have a choice, which is fantastic. The new default behavior keeps that hierarchy expanded when you switch between fields, which a lot of people prefer. But if you liked the old way where the matrix just collapsed back to the top, a simple report level toggle brings it right back. It's all about giving you flexibility. Okay, some really great news here. Modern Visual Tooltips are officially out of preview. They are now generally available, which is awesome. This means everyone gets that slick actions footer, so you can drill down, up, or through right from the tooltip itself. Plus, they automatically match your report's theme. It's one of those small changes that just makes exploring your data so much more intuitive. And hey, for all of you who work with maps and geospatial data, get ready for this, because it's huge. The Azure Maps visual just got a major upgrade with custom markers. Just imagine, instead of boring old dots, you can use your company logos, dynamically size them based on sales data, and even color code them by region. It is an absolute game changer for telling a clear visual story with your map. All right, time to pop the hood for a minute. This next section is a quick but really crucial briefing on a few key updates for all you data modelers and developers out there. Now, this might seem a little niche, but for any organization that operates in or with China, this is an absolutely massive deal. Power BI now supports the latest GB1 1830 character set, and let me be clear, this isn't a nice-to-have, it's a non-optional regulatory requirement. It makes sure your reports are compliant and compatible with modern Unicode standards. So what does that actually mean in practice? Well, this table shows it perfectly. By default, a DAX function like len would look at one of those characters and say, hey, that has a length of 2. But with this new compliance setting turned on, it correctly sees each character as having a length of 1. It might seem like a tiny detail, but it is absolutely critical for accurate string calculations in any multilingual dataset. Okay, another major heads up here, this time for developers. The enhanced Power BI report format, you might see it called PBIR, is rolling out as the new default. This new format is a big deal because it's designed for modern development, making it so much easier to use with source control like Git. And look at this timeline. The transition is happening fast, becoming the default over the next 2 months, so now is the time to start preparing. All right, let's wrap things up by looking at the calendar. We've got a couple of important dates to cover for features that are being retired, but don't worry, we're going to end on a really high note with a huge community event you definitely won't want to miss. Okay, time to get out your calendars for real. First, support for that old SSRS web part for SharePoint is ending this April. But the even bigger news is that by the end of this year, the legacy Q&A tool will be officially retired, making way for the much more powerful and intelligent Power BI Copilot. But hey, as some old tools sunset, something really exciting is rising on the horizon. Let's pivot from what's ending to what's just beginning, because there is a massive event coming up for the entire Power BI and Microsoft Fabric community. That's right, FabCon Americas is just 2 months away, and it's happening in Atlanta. I'm telling you, this is the community event of the year. It is absolutely packed with expert sessions, incredible keynotes, and even the live finals of the Dataviz World Championships. It's a fantastic opportunity to learn, network, and hey, you can even save a couple $100 on your ticket with the code on the screen. So, when you boil it all down, a smarter Copilot, cleaner visuals, more powerful tools under the hood, this entire January update is really about one thing: empowering you to find better answers faster. And that leaves us with just one final thought. And it's a question for you. With all these new tools at your fingertips, what's the very first new question you're going to ask your data? Thanks for watching.